This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 22nd, 2023. It's currently February 3rd, 2023, 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior for the day, we have the Prudence card. This is like the most, I find to be the most difficult card to read direction. It usually indicates multiple false tops, multiple false bottoms, or some sort of like tricky like technical behavior, but usually false tops, false bottoms. And in any case, it's very difficult to read the direction right off the bat. But I think in the case of this day, what I'm seeing is a lot of cross-reading correlations with the monthly, going back and forth between the worry and the defeat card. When we look at the monthly, we have the worry and the defeat card in the order here, and we're going back and forth between them. So my sense is that we're bumping up against the Four of Swords. Sorry, the Five of Swords and the Five of Discs. The Five of Swords resistance level and the Five of Discs support level. And there's one price level in between the two of them, is my sense, which is the Four of Swords, and we saw that price level as important on the 21st somewhere. So we go from like the Five of Swords down 2 levels, rotate sideways. We see the Four of Swords on the 21st. And then we do some back and forth down a level to the Five of Discs, and then up to levels to the Five of Swords, and back and forth kind of going on there, even into the 23rd. And that would make sense based on the Prudence card, some sideways behavior around the highest high. We have a strong resistance level that we come up against several times, and we're unable to break through it. This is different than like multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. This is being the Eight of Swords. The Nine of Swords is like, it's a very strong resistance. In a lot of cases, it's like something that we've come up against on more than one day's worth of reading. Hard to read this volume card as the science card. We'll have to see how that turns out. This is a brand new addition to the spread, the volume placement, so a little difficult, some of the cards to read just yet. Not enough experience to really go into it, but we're learning as we go. And then behavior around the lowest low, we have a breakout on a one-day scale at least out of the low. I'm advised to trade around the establishment of a solid foundation of support. There may be a male ruler highlighted as well, but I think this is probably more about support level being established or not being established. And it looks like we open higher in the pre-market. There's sideways rotation. Sideways rotation in the pre-market along key support, and then a fast sudden move higher there in the pre-market. But that actually, this is where there's some really tricky behavior in the pre-market and at the open. That fast sudden move higher, which turns into a decline right around the open. We break down through a support level that we recently broke down through once before, through multiple support levels. Decline continues into at least like through at least 11 o'clock. I'm thinking maybe even, let me see here. So we have this decline into about 11 o'clock, and then there's a move to the upside to like near overbought territory, and a high, or like a peak or crest midday, which is a support level that's significant on more than just the one-day scale. There's a trade opportunity there, which we'll figure that out in a moment. And then we have like a pop and drop, which was foretold of in the sneak preview card, so extra prominence here. But there's a pop and drop there where we move to the upside prominently on a one-day chart. It'll stand out, and then quickly we do a full retracement of that move to the upside, making kind of like a triangular shape on the chart. And then we see another, it's like there's a double top here. Yeah, there's when we have that the second time that we come up to the upside here, around, I'd say probably around 130-ish, we should hit up the upper end of a range there, and there's an opportunity to open up a short position before we decline with that full retracement through multiple support levels. Significant decline at the end of the day, especially, and a trade opportunity at the end of the day. There's enough price movement at the end of the day that one could position themselves in both directions, putting on a leg at a time. I think it's probably to the downs. We start at the higher end and we go to the downside. There is a brief peak that's easily missed. That's an opportunity there right around the close, and we sell from an overbought crest or peak at the end of the day into the post market. Interesting. Yeah, see, and there's the defeat correlation there. There's the defeat correlation there. And then we have the worry and the worry. So likely we hit the bottom of the range here early in the day. We hit the bottom of the range here midday. We hit the upper end of the range here just before midday, and upper end of the range again around probably somewhere between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, but probably closer to 1:30. There may even be another tap. Another test of that upper end of the range at the end of the day, in the midst of that big move. And then the sneak preview for the following day. My sense, I'm going to say all bets are off here because it's nullified. There's no correlation to the lust card there for the 23rd. So sometimes these are very difficult to read in terms of how it indicates the following day's open because it's nullified. But normally I'd be pretty solid that this is a move to the upside for reaching for a distant resistance. It looks like we do have a rally early in the pre-market, but it ends with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line that we were rallying along. Looks like that breakdown probably happens in the pre-market, and then out of oversold territory there's a really big move to the upside and right around the open. Anyhow, we'll get into that in a bit. And that's the S&P 500 for March 22nd, 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, my friends, make sure you're following that rule of karma. That's how you make money. You stay in the right mentality, and the mentality of somebody who understands that they've got more on the way and that all they need to do is continue to give and they shall receive. That's the individual that makes money from this information. It is blessed information. And you better believe if I'm able to extrapolate information like this through esoteric sciences, there's other safety guards there as far as who's able to use it. So be the good guy, fight the good fight, and you'll make plenty of profits. And guys, it doesn't matter if it's $1, it doesn't matter if it's $100,000. What matters is the act of doing it. When you make money, you follow that rule of karma. Don't wait, don't hesitate. That's scarcity mind stepping in when you do that, and that will shut off the flow of abundance to you. So with that said, guys, let's all keep on that good fight, and I'll see you guys on the next one.